Hanzo from Grinlor was observing the ceiling for the third month in a row. The long-haired, short-sighted being was a wise one. Observing was what he does every day in hopes of anticipating a disturbance of life and to lay out plans for humans to escape harm and exploring Earth and beyond. This time was longer than usual. He took too much time. 3 months were too much time. Every day, he observed the Earth's ceiling from the time he rose until he slept, unless he got scared enough to stop his observations for the day. This day, however, was no different in that Hanzo was doing the exact same thing. But boy, was it the beginning of the whole darn thing. As Hanzo was on the balcony taking notes, he spotted a moving figure, something flashing in the forest behind his house. The figure would appear briefly, then blur for many seconds before emerging again closer to his home. Hanzo squinted harder to see this moving body, but it reached the end of the forest and stood on his doorsteps before he could. It was King Elon. Ah, yes, he made an appointment for the day. But Hanzo was in no mood for Star Hopper lectures. He could barely get his mind off his fear that kept growing recently. He left his balcony, went downstairs.
Light be on you on this lovely day, Hanzo.
The wise one left the entrance into his study. The encounter was such an oddity. Hanzo is an old wise one, a creature of wisdom and great manners. King Elon thought he was troubled and had to inquire about his possible woes.
Hanzo, are you ill?
Not sure.
What is it that you're not sure about?
Not sure, my king. Not sure.
Yes, Hanzo. I will be on the balcony reading the Star Hopper.
King Elon stood silent. He reckoned that the wise ones never speak words of uncertainty. They need proof and faith in all their statements. That is why they are venerated in all Earth cities, and everyone minds their wisdom. Well, almost everyone. The wise one kept repeating he was unsure all afternoon as King Elon grew worried. He would lift his eyes to glance inside the study from the leafy woven balcony to see if Hanzo was well, until he saw him going round and round around his study's table, mumbling incoherently. King Elon stood suddenly. Did Hanzo go mad?
Hanzo, if you cannot speak of truth, speak of uncertainty.
I shall never speak of uncertainty.
You may speak of uncertainty to a fellow wise one. Reveal your vision or fear to one of your peers.
Yes, yes, call me the Fire Phoenix. I shall send note.
Hanzo took to the balcony where the Fire Phoenix went out of its flames, landed on his forearm, and listened calmly. It took merely a minute. Then the Phoenix left in flames again for fellow wise one, Jameson of Ringo. King Elon was standing near the table. He heard the words of Hanzo. He heard the words even though he did not mean to.
The Earth's ceiling is cracking? That can't be. Can it?
Not sure. Jameson needs to do all the search now since you heard me speak of uncertainty. I'm not mad at you. I am relieved.
King Elon was not. Few days passed by as men went about what they go about in the city of Tesla. A bright light broke in the noon sky on Monday as a fireball headed to the fort. It approached the north tower, then landed on the north wall.
Lands will not survive the oxycarb. Restore the ceiling by the end of the moon's trip, or else there shall be no course of life left for man.
It seems Hanzo was right. Jameson and peers not only confirmed the ceiling was disintegrating, but that the oxycarb was to blame. Everyone was worried. Families at home.
Grandpa, is the ceiling gonna fall off?
Eat your dinner, Poe.
Workers by the seashore.
Do you think this thing, the oxycrab, is dangerous? Oxycarb has to be true. The wise ones would never speak of uncertainty. Well, we're not helping with this fire then, Hein?
No, but we need to roast these fish. Hungry men can't work by dawn.
Stashmasters, pixies, jigglies, Vendales, vanguards, everyone was talking about the Oxycarb that night. See, the Shore Alliance came to the Oxycarb discovery a century and some ago. It appeared to be a meaningless sludge before it was accidentally torched, and behold, fire and might. It helped build cities, power travel, made human tooling sophisticated, and possibilities for invention endless. Anyone and everyone began crafting their ideas into existence, and soon the markets were full of useful objects and some junk. Well, craftsmanship is not everyone's strongest suit, but you can't convince a human with words. You ignore the crazy ones at the market and hope they give up eventually. They don't. They just don't. Upon receiving the message, King Elon went immediately into the boardroom and opened the wall of ancient wisdom. His notes were still in his hand as he has been searching about the Oxycarb for weeks. He could not wait until Jameson confirmed Hanzo's suspicions. He just could not wait. Our king, being unwisely hasty in certain aspects, becomes way ahead when he is right. That is true for everyone, I'll say. In the boardroom, King Elon had a thought.